Hello everybody, welcome to the Comic Gamer Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I am here to give you my thoughts on the Raya and the Raya and the Last Dragon trailer. Now, Raya and the Last Dragon is the latest Disney animation. Now, a lot of people get confused between Pixar and Disney animation. If you're in the know like I am, you know there's a difference. Now, occasionally there's a movie or two that you might kind of go, wait, was that Pixar? Like, the crazy thing about Disney is the reason that they can't be matched in the area of children, kids and stuff, one of the big reasons is they have the two biggest animation studios on the planet. Don't get me wrong, DreamWorks has some good stuff. Warner Brothers has some good animation stuff. You don't get me wrong, you got Bugs Bunny and whatnot on Warner Brothers. You got Nickelodeon, and they got some pretty decent stuff. DreamWorks, and there are other companies. Damn, what's that one? That's there's one. I can't remember the name of it. It was like Blue something. I can't remember if that was something that Fox had. But there are other animation studios out there. But by far, the biggest two is Disney Animation and Pixar. Pixar number one, Disney number two. And literally, it's been like that for years. Like, if you look at the Oscars for, movies winning Best Animation Movie, you can flip a coin if it's a Disney or it's a Pixar. Is it Disney or a Pixar? So, and it's even easy to forget that Frozen and Moana were Disney movies, were straight up Disney. Big Hero 6 was Disney. Disney really hasn't missed with, some people have their own feelings about Frozen 2. I thought Frozen 2 was actually a bit better than Frozen 1 in terms of actually, because Frozen 1 was just kind of princess shit, and Frozen 2 was kind of a bigger scale thing. But, I digress. The people have their own feelings about Frozen 2, but for the most part, people love Moana and Big Hero 6. I love Moana and Big Hero 6. I can't no complaints about those movies. So here is Disney Animation stepping up the bat. Pixar, and I love that too because Pixar had come out last year with Onward and Soul. Which, you know how much I care about Soul. Soul was my number one movie of last year. And Onward, I had a great time with Onward. I want a sequel to Onward. Soul, I think, is a nice isolated thing that's beautiful and fantastic. Onward, I think, has franchise potential because there's so much you can do with that world. And you got two characters like Chris Pratt and whatnot. But I'm going off on a tangent. Disney's kicking ass animation. So Raya and the Last Dragon has been a project that I've heard about for quite some time. I saw some concept art for it at some kind of Disney event that they had before Corona. They had an event where they showed some concept art. I think Kelly Marie Tran. I don't know if I'm saying her name wrong, but the woman who played Rose in the sequel trilogy is voicing Raya and Raya. And the thing about it is, now there are people saying that she wasn't the original voice actor, but they got her in it, later on. Got Awkwafina voicing the dragon. My man Benedict Wong's in this again. Benedict Wong's in this, and honestly, I think I've heard it described as South Asian culture, multiple, not just South Asian, but there's a bit of South Asian, East Asian, there's a bit of all Asia in this, in terms of the backdrop and the way it looks. It's gorgeously animated, it looks great. A lot of people compared it to, Avatar, and I've seen some people call it an Avatar ripoff, which I don't get that. Comment below, do you guys think this is an Avatar ripoff? Because I don't get that vibe. Yes, there are similarities, but only because the source is coming from the same location. I mean, you know what I mean? It'd be like seeing a detective movie and being like, this is a Sherlock Holmes ripoff, because that's like seeing Luther. Luther's a detective show with Idris Elba. Idris Elba, and it's in Britain. He's British. They'd be being like, oh well, this is just ripping off Sherlock Holmes. It's well, yeah, he's a detective in Britain and whatnot, and he's super smart, but it's not the same thing, man. That's not the same thing, and that's how I feel about It's like okay, yeah, it takes inspirations from some of the same locations that it got inspirations from Avatar, but the main character, but the way the entire story and everything that's going for, like the idea that all these different tribes have their own different ideas of how things should be, and they've kind of been at each other's throats for years. That's not really Avatar. Avatar like is basically. Sure, not all the benders can agree on nothing, but really the fire benders, with the emperor and whatnot, they're waging war on everybody, and it's just like they just took over everything. It doesn't seem like that's what's going on in Raya. It just seems like everyone just can't agree on how to go with things. Everyone's divided. No one trusts one another, and and everyone's out looking for this dragon, and everyone wants to find the dragon for their own reasons, and Raya wants to find a dragon to create peace. But on top of that, apparently the dragons in this world, which we don't know, we only seen Aquafina, the dragons in this world all died off because they defended humans from these monsters. We don't know what these monsters look like. They haven't shown an image of them yet. But apparently the dragons died off defending humans from whatever this monster was. And these monsters were. And apparently these monsters are starting to come back. So now it's up to Raya to find the last dragon. Now this thing looks like it's going to have very heavy martial arts in it. It looks like it's going to have some fun stuff in it. The first opening sequence with the baby was hilarious because it's Khan Baby. That was fun with the Khan Baby and the monkeys. But there's something, it looks like it's going to be a lot more of an action adventure. It's going to be this does seem like it's going to be in the same vein of Moana. Disney animation has kind of gone away from the traditional princess shit. Like Moana is a princess. I mean, she's the daughter of a chief, but same thing, she's a princess. And it seems like Raya will be also a princess. But Disney's kind of been going down that path with their princesses, which is like their warrior princesses. It's not about love or nothing like that. Ain't no love story. It's about saving the day. And they've kind of gone away from that, really. There ain't no prince coming up to save them. No. It's like, we're doing this. This is what we're doing. And like I said, that's kind of what it's been about. And I kind of dig that. I really dig that. And like I said, this seems like it's going to be more of an action-packed thing. It seems like it's going to be more action-oriented. It's going to be more about the journey, the world, the world building, the characters she interacts with. And it looks like it's going to have a beautiful message about trust, about, at a certain point in the trailer, she says no one can trust anyone. The world's like breaking apart. No one can trust anyone. And the dragon, played by Aquafina, says maybe the world's tearing apart because because you don't trust anyone. And there's definitely going to be some interesting messages in there. But I will admit, this trailer has solidified one thing to me. There's one thing that no matter where it's in, no matter how it's shot, no matter where I see it, it is badass, and it's an instant way to make me go, that's a badass character. It is the visual of a bunch of people running that way, and the badass main character walking towards the thing they're running from is always going to be badass to me. I don't even like BVS. In fact, there's a part of me that hates it. But I will admit, that first scene with Ben Affleck, where all the people are running away from Metropolis, as Ben Affleck's just running into it, I was like, dude, that's just badass to me. I don't know, like the visual of this, this person is like, I'm so badass that I'm just walking towards it. And there's a scene near the tail end where it's starting to build up, where the trailer's starting to get going, and you just see her walking through the crowds of people running away, and she's just walking, stoically walking. And I was like, this is about to go fucking down, man. Oh, man, I can't wait for this movie. I think it's going to be great. I got a good feeling about this. It's going to be on Disney Plus in March, but it's going to be premium access or see it in theaters. I might actually try to see this in the theaters. AMC's still open where I am, so I might try to go up there, because $30 is a lot, man. They're still asking for $30, man. And I know I could go to AMC and watch it for like 15. I just don't get no popcorn or nothing. I could just watch it for $15. So, oh man, that's a lot though, man. $30 is a lot. If you know what, if I heard the same reactions I've heard from Soul, maybe I will, because Soul might win Best Picture this year. it's gonna win Best Animated Movie. That's without saying. But it might actually be nominated for Best Picture. Well, you know, it's gonna get nominated for Best Picture just because of the circumstances. So many how many movies got pushed back. But it might be up there, man. It could. Like, I don't think it will, because they're just like, well, that's a little far there, but it could. But I am hyped for Raya. It's interesting. Like I said, it's crazy that Disney has two of the best animation studios on the planet. And so weird. Even when they did their like investors call, like it gets kind of confusing because they're so close to, because you just like, you know, when they bought Pixar, their animation studio was pumping out, I mean, granted, Disney Animation was pumping out good movies, just no one cared about them. Like, me and you liked that, maybe you liked Atlantis, maybe you liked Lilo and Stitch, maybe you liked Emperor's New Groove, but those movies weren't making any fucking money. So that's why they bought Pixar. But then something happened after they bought Pixar. I don't know if like the people over at Disney Animation went, we gotta step our fucking game up. But all of a sudden, you know, they started pumping out stuff. Like, they started doing stuff. Like, they do both. They kind of go, you know, back and forth. Disney Animation probably seems like they take a little bit more time to get their stuff done. And while Pixar just racks up stuff. But like I said, Disney's ridiculous with this because they got two of the best animation studios on the planet. I'm excited for Raya. It looks action-packed, though. It looks gorgeous. It looks beautiful. It looks like it's going to have interesting characters. We still haven't even seen the actual demon, like the actual villains. We see a villain, someone who's like a rival to her. But I even have a gut feeling that, because they show that her and that girl are fighting even when they were kids, I got a gut feeling that she's going to come around to her way of thinking once things get too bad, because we still, like I said, we still technically haven't seen the villains. But thank y'all for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. What did you think of the Raya and the Last Dragon trailer? I enjoyed it. And do you think it's a ripoff of, well, I guess it'd be The Legend of Korra. Do you think it's a ripoff of The Legend of Korra? Because I saw so much fire bending and water bending. Yes, because it's brown people from South Asia. It's gotta be Legend of Korra. Thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.